So, Kristen Zeller, my fiance, what are you going to be making for us today?
Carne Asada, la hermosa comida para un trabajador.
I didn't know you'd be speaking a different language on the piece today.
Well, it's translated as a beautiful meal for a hard worker. Carne asada is translated as grilled meat, and in this case grilled steak, complemented by fresh vegetables and spices, all laid out on a soft tortilla. To make it, you'll need tomatoes, avocados, onion, garlic, steak, tortillas, tortilla chips, cilantro, and salt. All these ingredients combined contribute to make an incredibly savory Mexican dish in just under 20 minutes.
So, Kristen, this meal actually comes from Mexico, like a Mexican story that you have, doesn't it?
It does. When I was there on a missions trip, we had a church family who was absolutely great, and they made all three meals for us every single day. But the last meal that we had there was really special because they really wanted to make it special for us as they said goodbye to us. So at the church site that had been working at all week, they made carne asada for us, and it was just really a fun time to get to relax with them after a hard week of working and doing construction for them. Not to mention that it was also really nice to finally have a meal where we had no more frijoles or beans. And it was really funny because by the end of the week we were saying no más frijoles because we had had beans for breakfast, lunch, and dinner
Oh,
every
goodness.
single day. So we were thinking it was going to be a pretty interesting ride back on the bus with 20 of us on the bus, and we were all filled up with beans.
That's pretty cool. I mean, it sounds like they really wanted to make something special. And carne asada, did it taste good?
Oh, it was amazing. I don't think I can make it quite as good as they did, but I've been trying ever since to try and get their recipe and figure out exactly what ingredients they have, and I think I've got it pretty close, but it's not perfect yet.
Now you had said something about when you came back, you and your family made it a couple times. Have you made it since a lot?
Oh yeah, we make it all the time. Family loves it. It's just a great meal to get people together and to have fun.
Now, what are some of the things that you have to do, obviously, in the process of making this?
Well, first you want to cut up the meat into small slices and strips, and then you're going to fry those. And while those are frying, you can make the guacamole and the salsa. The guacamole is just avocados and tomatoes, onions, garlic, and lime, and you just mash that up and it's ready to eat. Now, the salsa is pretty easy. It's just tomatoes, onions, and cilantro.
Now, how do you make the salsa? Is it like ideal salsa where it's, really squishy and mushy, or is it?
Nope, everything that they make in Mexico is usually pretty simple and plain, but it usually has a lot of flavor. So having just the onions and the tomatoes cut up along with the cilantro, it just makes a really nice complement for the carne asada.
Now, the woman in Mexico you spoke of, who was kind of the focus of this meal, what was her relationship to you guys on the mission trip?
Well, when we stayed in Mexico, we all stayed with families, and my family consisted of two parents, three little boys, and the grandparents also lived with them. And the grandma, abuela, was just someone who really took us under, and she really wanted to make this special for us, and so she did a lot of the preparation for the food.
Now, you talked about her as a close friend down there. Would you say that some of the food tasted so good because maybe she put love and joy, straight into the ingredients?
Oh, I definitely think so. I think that might be one of the reasons that I can't actually get this recipe down to a T.
I think that I think that could be true, I guess. So, with the preparation, what kind of a situation would you make this for?
I like to make this if we have family getting together or even just a group of friends. It's just a great food where you can just sit down and have fun and laugh and just be together, and it's just a very community style dinner.
So I think, from what it sounds like, you would say that it's not just the food that makes this meal so good.
Right, the food is good, but I think it's the fellowship that really makes this dish. It's something that I like to make for my roommates, and we just like to sit around the table and eat it and talk about our days and unwind from everything that's happened and have a great time and laugh. And it's just a great way to grow in relationship with each other.